I have some questions for Maryam. For Maryam specifically, are you able to help us with those?
Why she doesn't bring it to the meditation then?
She has brought these questions, but perhaps feels that she's not getting the answer that she was looking for.
Oh, go for it, but we can only give answers according to her frequency. If she's done the work, she's going to receive more. If she hasn't done the work, we can't help her.
Yeah, and perhaps if we ask the question, you will respond accordingly, and then maybe there's a different way of presenting it from my point of view to help.
We are open.
Okay.
We are always open to play and see how you guys are. If you're ready to receive more, we give it to you.
So what she wants to know is, how can she allow more people to come into her life that would be willing to give more than $1,000 each?
So why that amount is so significant to her? What would make that amount so significant? Or why would it matter if she receives $1,000 or $10,000 or $100? Or 10 times $100?
That's a very good question. That's a question that I'll need to ask her.
Well, we have been telling her that in her meditation. She obviously hasn't done the work. She has got meanings that we've been trying to teach her to get rid of those meanings about the amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
The amount is irrelevant to the ability to receive. Now, if she keep thinking that the $1,000 matters more than $100, then she's having issues relative to receiving, because she's adding blocks to her receiving. We don't see it like that. We see it as she's got 100 times $1,000 coming to her, 100 times $100 coming to her, and at different time points based on her frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So why does it have to be people that are going to give her $1,000 or $10,000 or $5,000? Why would the amount of money matter to her?
And I guess this is an extension of our conversation earlier today, where we were discussing, that when forms of abundance come to us, Ferraris, houses, whatever, it's if we're acting in our highest expression and our highest passion, then those things naturally come to us as in receiving without action, right?
That's correct.
So I guess in Maryam's context, asking for $1,000 or $10,000 is, I'm not sure if that's an action-based mentality or belief system, as opposed to the value-based following my highest expression and then just receiving without action.
What we perceive in Maryam's vibration, and it's quite dominant, and we've been trying to help her to come out of it, is regret. Everything that she left behind in her past, in her previous relationships, there is the vibration of regret. So by asking for more through the ways that she's been proposing to you to be asked by you, she's just trying to overcome regret. So she thinks that if she would get one person to give her $10,000, whatever amount she's after, that she thinks that she'll find her satisfaction in that, is just a temporary fix, because she doesn't do the work for the regret that she's been practicing.
Right.
She wants to fulfill and satisfy that regret.
So what is the regret that she's experienced?
For everything that she left behind. And we said to her back in time, even though she didn't know it was us that leave it behind, it doesn't serve you. That's not your path of highest abundance. So you don't need to take that $100,000, half of it. We don't need that. We said to her, leave it behind, although she wasn't receiving us as such. She wasn't receiving us back then, but we were still part of her journey, letting her know that she didn't need that money back in time. She had to let go. That was in the path of highest abundance for her. She had to have that contrast. That money had to be left behind. Now she's trying to bring more people to fulfill the people that taken away from her, but that's just her perception. No one ever took anything from her. But she's trying to bring more people to fulfill the position of those people that she perceives as to have taken money from her.
Right.
So that's where she is vibrationally, And instead of letting go of that regret, she wants to bring more people, more amount of money for the loss that she experienced.
Yeah.
As long as she does that, it's not that we are not giving it to her. We are not holding her financial abundance. We are helping her to receive. We are not the key holders to her financial abundance. We are working with her, with you guys, so you guys can let it in. But it is funny to see that she's still practicing regret, wanting to come out of that regret by bringing more people in her life and just bigger transactions.
That makes a lot of sense for me. I hope this makes sense for her. What can she do to really let go of that regret? What is it? Why is she still holding on to it?
She is holding on to it because she has got a limiting belief that says what she has left behind can never come back to her. What was taken cannot be given to her again. That there is an end, and the best was what she left behind, not what is yet to come. That's where her beliefs are, that the best part of, and we're not saying this is conscious, we're saying this is unconscious, that what she's left behind was the best thing that she had. The car that she had, the money that she had, the money that she didn't took, the house that she lived in, the house that she was paying off a mortgage. She thinks unconsciously that they were the best part of her financial journey. That's the reason she's still holding on to them. She's regretting her own illusion that never existed. She has made up stories about them. She's distorting her own reality by making them more than what they were. She doesn't want to accept that she was a vibrational match. That was where her frequency was. But that wasn't her highest and greatest expression of the self. She didn't have access to us back then.
Yeah.
She received a fraction of her greatest expression of the self. And that was perfect for then. But she's stuck there. We've been doing the work in every meditation, dragging her out of the situation. She doesn't do it. She keeps asking for more people, more money. Well, that's not the solution that's going to serve her in long term.
So what is the process? Like, what is the actual process that she can follow? Because I imagine that there's a letting go component, there's an acceptance component, and the highest expression. Or is it just one that she needs to focus on, like that, just becoming the highest expression? Like, can you talk us through, for her, what she needs to do to really let all of that go and embody the highest expression?
So her tendency is to practice regret at some level. Why does she do that? Because she wants to relate to her version of the story from the past. That's where the problem is. She wants to, it's like finding people who would agree with her. That happened to her and everybody agrees with her, and that's good. So by paying her that amount and finding more people, she's literally trying to find people who agree with her past.
Yep.
And by giving her $10,000 in a transaction, she is getting that agreement that, yes, surely there are people that would agree with the past that I'm vibrating. That's the reason they're giving me $10,000 in one transaction. So my past was valid.
Yes.
So the fact that she's not receiving co-creators like that is the past was not valid. Her narratives about the past are not valid. It was an experience. Now she can choose how she wants to look at the experience, what emotion she wants to choose. Does she want to perceive it through the expression of her greatness, or does she want to perceive it through the expression of regret? It's a choice that she needs to make. We don't reinforce that change. We just enjoy seeing her messing up her own reality, looking for $10,000 in one transaction, hoping others would agree with that regret and how miserable her life is, that people taken money from her and they haven't given it back.
Right. So she's still identifying with that story. What I'm kind of getting at, though, is, you know how some people, they go through like a releasing ceremony, like they make it a real ceremonial, I'm letting go, throwing this all this crap and this story into the fire. Do you know what I mean? So some people will do that, and then they clear that space to let the new come in, or the lighter, their highest expression, or whatever you want to call it. And then maybe there's other people that just focus on bringing the highest expression in, but don't go through that releasing part. What, in her case, and would she need to look at implementing? And would that apply to anyone?
So the thing is that if that would apply to Maryam, we would put Maryam in that fire because of how strong the vibration is. The fire ceremony won't do it alone. She has to be in that fire because she insists on having that miserable life from her past. That, look at the life that I've gone through and come and agree with me by paying me $10,000 in one transaction to justify the injustice that happened to me, and people took money from me, people took my furniture from me, people sold my furniture on Facebook, people... That's her story. You must come and listen and sit in meditation what we're saying to her. She can't let go. This has been ongoing with her.
But how do you help someone let that go when they can't let it go?
Just throw her into that fire. Isn't that what you suggest?
Well, I didn't say suggest throw her into the fire, but certainly the act of, going through the motions of throwing those stories into the fire.
Well, obviously she doesn't let go because she has a belief that says, I must look into my past to create my wealth. Can you help her let that go?
Yes.
We've been saying that to her, that her wealth is not the reflection of her past losses. She can't agree with us. She wants to create wealth from the losses she experienced. They are not a vibrational match. She knows too much.
So then should her focus be entirely on allowing her highest expression and passion and just practicing that every day?
Well, obviously her greatest self-expression has been regretting the past. And that is so unconscious in her that even her desire to have people that would do big transactions are only an illusion to us. It's illusion. It's not that we don't want her to have big transactions, and we say big from your perspective, not our perspective, because to us $100 is equal to $10,000.
Yeah.
But if you say so, that look, we say there is a difference in frequency, but there is no difference in value. We've been saying that, we've been teaching her that, look, there is no value, let it go. There's no difference in the value. But she keeps insisting there is. Let her play it. It doesn't work for her.
Could it be that she needs to share that story, share it over and over? You know, when people eat the same thing over and over again, there comes a point sometimes where they feel like, okay, I feel like a different meal today. So if you tell that story over and over again, does that help get it out of the system?
But how many versions of the story she's got going on? Endless. She's been telling us the same story. You have no idea. You should come to the meditation sessions. We've been hearing the same story every single morning. And our solution from where she is, based on where she is not to giving her 10 people that would do $10,000 transaction each. That's not the path of highest excitement and her greatest expression of the self. Otherwise, it would have shown up, because she's asking from the place of a scarcity.
Yes, totally makes sense.
She's not asking from the place of abundance. And from the place of abundance, it really doesn't matter if someone would gift her $100 or $10 or $1,000 or $1 million, because the value is the same.
Yes.
The frequencies are different. We get it. The value is the same. And until she realizes this, otherwise, she's going to be stuck.
So what's her highest expression? What is her highest passion?
Let us add something before we answer this question, that what she left behind in her past experience, there is no difference in the furniture that were sold on behalf of her, or the car that she had to sell because of COVID, or the house that she sold, or the $100,000 that she couldn't take money from it. So to us, they are all the same thing, just the same pattern that she kept manifesting in her life, but she never learned how to come out of it. So she kept manifesting more of it. Now she's struggling with what she created as her reality. But hopefully she will hear this, because she is not receiving us in meditation. So we are hoping that now that we are channeling through her, she'll be able to receive what we keep saying in her meditation, which she can't embrace it. And we get it because we are not fully present in her. So what we are saying is, she created that reality, those past realities, because she didn't know her frequency. Her frequency was to create wealth out of loss.
Yes.
So she kept repeating the pattern. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So her belief system was telling her that wealth can be created out of loss. So go and fix the loss and you will be wealthy. So she kept repeating it and she kept losing money. That's her perception. We never think that she have lost anything. But in her perception, she kept losing it. Now she's regretting what she didn't know in her belief system. That wealth doesn't mean loss. So that's where she can free herself from practicing the vibration called regret.
That's where she can free herself?
That's the answer. Freeing herself from that core belief.
Right.
That's it. That's the work.
Free herself from the core belief of regret.
From the core belief that says she must lose in order to gain wealth.
Yeah. As opposed to?
As opposed to, wealth is here and now based on what I'm vibrating here. My past is irrelevant to the experience of wealth, and what I perceive, we don't perceive that. What she perceives as loss is only an illusion. It was creating wealth out of a belief system that was aligned with a scarcity.
Yes. So wealth is created here and now.
Yes.
The past is an illusion. She can't change the past. And there's no point in dwelling on her regret or maintaining the vibration of regret.
Well, we don't say there is no point. She can dwell on anything that she wants to dwell on as long as she wants to dwell on. We don't say she must come out of it. But if you're asking us what can change, we're happy to help.
Yes, and that's what she's looking for, I think, ultimately, is how that can change for good.
So it's never about the next person giving her a bigger pile of money. It's about coming out of creating wealth from a scarcity.
Yes.
And then regretting that she was thinking that thought. What she's regretting is not the people, is not reality, is that she didn't know that wealth cannot be created out of a scarcity. That's what she's regretting. If she could only hear this right now.
She will. Shortly. Do you have anything else to add to that?
No, we're satisfied. We think we have conveyed the message and given her what she needs to hear.
Thank you. I'll pass that on for her. And hopefully your next meditation session with her will be different.
Well, she comes as she is. We always are open to her.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're of immense help to her.
We've been open to give her the guidance that she needs. And she's been open to receiving it.
Yes.